Well, what it really reflects for me is the season. You know, this is a really good group of young guys. They've competed and given us everything day in, day out. But at the end, you know, we really missed that finishing touch, the killer instinct. You know, today really, symptomized it. You know, we had at least 5, 6 great opportunities in the box. We hit the crossbar. But when all said is done, you need to put the ball in the net to get more wins. But overall, I'm really proud. You know, the last 3, 4 games, the guys never gave up. You know, we ended up with a tie and a win against Gonzaga and a tie at St. Mary's. So I'm really proud of our guys. And I really was rooting for them to get the win, but it was not meant to be. We knew the significance. It was really our goal, you know, to go ahead and to Portland in the WCC standings and finishing 4th. So our game plan was really to be coming out with a lot of energy, put a lot of pressure on them, knowing that they had to travel. You know, we were hoping to get a couple of early goals in and hopefully, you know, go through the whole game like that, but unfortunately it was not meant that way. What I was really pleased about, I think when all said is done, is it was not only the back 4, I think it was collectively the whole team defended well. I don't think we gave them more than 2 or 3 opportunities, and I give a tribute to the whole team. You know, a unit of 11 players really defended well throughout. And again, for me, it's really encouraging. It's still a relatively young team with Russell as a senior and George as a senior at right back. We got 24 underclassmen, so I'm quite encouraged, you know, what it looks like for the future. As I mentioned to the guys in the locker room, you know, this has been my 32nd year as a collegiate coach, you know, as an assistant, a women's coach, a men's coach. And it's always a very emotional moment when you see young men at 17, 18 coming in 4 years later. They are men and you hope that you contribute to some of their life skills. And the 3 of them, all different. Fred Logan from Norway, graduated in 3 years, has been hampered by a variety, you know, of knee injuries, but tremendous professional, great attitude. And again, graduates in 3 years. George Martinez from Vintage High School went 2 years to a JC in Missouri. He's on track of graduation next spring and had a really good, career, 2-year career. And then you have your 4-year guy, Brendan Russland, who I said before in the locker room, has been a fixture in our goal, has been a WCC goalkeeper of the year. Is graduating next spring as well, and a 4-year guy like that, it's going to be very difficult since we're so used to seeing him in a goal that he's moving on. But a small but very strong senior class that, again, for me, when we talk about the academic, athletic components, they personify all of it. We're very excited. You know, we've been talking a lot to Doug and his staff, the sports performance that is really kicking in. And I think, you know, our team and all of our other teams really should be benefiting of a whole year of working with Doug and his staff. And, you know, in addition to a very strong recruiting group, returning group, we're bringing in a couple of quality guys. Obviously, we need to emphasize one more good goalkeeper and one more good striker. And I think we can really make a run at it next year.